Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix the country together. And the content, the numbers, they're starting to trickle in from the post-debate performance for Biden. Guys, this is nothing less than apocalyptic. And we're just getting started. These are just the tip of the iceberg. Everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below if you want to watch for yourself. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you want to spread this freedom to the next generation, which we do every single day. And thank you for that consideration. And pay particular attention to that subscription notification that you've got, because every time I say check the subscription, because YouTube's up to its old tricks, magically we go up like 200 or 300. So just make sure you aren't victimized by that pesky algorithm. But now back to the destruction, the rot, just flaming fireballs from the sky that CNN is bringing forward to the Democrats. And this is really important to say. The gun controllers and the Democrats' fates are enjoined. They are one and the same. So therefore, when Biden goes down, will the Democrats go down? Therefore, gun controllers go down, our gun rights go up. Therefore, fair game. And I want you to pay special attention to the actual host from CNN, Allison Camerata, and look at her body language while this guy unveils the horrific news. Enough setup. Let's get into this, because, if this doesn't start your Monday, I don't know what does.
Who's here to run the numbers. So, Harry, do we have new poll numbers for President Biden post-debate?
We do. You know, CBS News YouGov conducted some polling post-debate. We can compare it to the pre-debate numbers. And the bottom line, Alice, it's not any good. It's not any good. Look at this. Voters who say that Biden has the mental health to be president. It was just 35% pre-debate. Look where it's dropped to now post-debate, 27%. How about that he should be running for president? It was 37% pre-debate. It's now 28%. I have never seen numbers this bad for an incumbent president during my lifetime. I mean, that mental health to be president, just 27%. You might say, okay, that's low, but a lot of people thought Biden was too old back in 2020. These numbers look nothing like this back in 2020. These numbers were bad already, and the truth is, Allison, they have gotten just considerably worse, even in just a few days after that first presidential debate.
Okay, there's so much to unpack. First of all, her body language. Second of all, the chyron that says 72% of Americans think he is not mentally fit to be the freaking president, much less run to be the president again. Guys, you will never see this again in your lifetimes, most likely. 72%, 7 out of 10 Americans agree that the sitting president is not mentally fit to be the sitting president, much less run for president in November. 7 out of 10? We can't even agree on anything on the planet, but 7 out of 10. To put this in full perspective, that really helps. Now, I told you guys this was going to be biblically bad. I told you that this was an opportunity for gun rights to jump up, and it's proving to be absolutely correct. And this is just the beginning of the numbers and the response. Again, if you're looking at what we're talking about, on one hand, you have the objective news objective news of what's going on, the objective impact of this on the race, but then on the more important side, right after that, you not only take what you have observed and you apply political pressure and action to it so that you can therefore make the change you need for our gun rights. This right here is literally, on one side, manna from heaven, and on the other side, raining fire down in brimstone. I mean, 72% don't think he's fit. And this is only the first part. This aired last night. Oh, goodness gracious. And the polling was not a right-leaning polling. That was CBS's polling. All right, so now let's go to the second thing. Oh, goodness, the body language, just the sheer terror. Let's get it.
Harry, do we have polling yet that suggests that voters want a different candidate?
Yeah, this is the whole question, right? If it's not President Biden, then who could it be on the Democratic side? And the truth is, there are no easy answers. I went back and looked at the polling versus Donald Trump for a bunch of different Democrats have been suggested. Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris. Look at this. They all trail Donald Trump. So the idea here that we're somehow going to get this magic bullet, that there's somehow going to be some Democrat who can beat Donald Trump easily. I just don't see it in the numbers. At this particular point, if Joe Biden takes on Donald Trump, he's trailing. If there's another Democrat who runs against Donald Trump, they too are trailing. Perhaps you want to make the argument you bring in another Democrat who isn't as well known as Joe Biden, who has universal name recognition, and maybe they could change the numbers. But the fact is, any Democrat who entered the race right now, at least among those that are being suggested by a bunch of folks, they would all enter the race at this particular point as an underdog to former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's not cute. That's real not cute. So if you're looking at this and you maybe say the Republicans are no better than the Democrats on gun control, which honestly there's an argument to be made there. However, the odds of Republicans doing something on the pro-gun side are greater than the guarantee of the gun control side of the Democrats. Like I said in the intro of this video, the Democrats and the gun controllers are intertwined. They're inseparable at this point. So if we're going to see a Biden go downhill to the point of 72% don't want him or don't think that he could be mentally fit to be president as is, much less electable in November, and the Democrats are tied in with the gun controllers that tight, yeah, they have a joined fate. That means the gun controller is going to go down along with the ship. Because down ballot, this is going to continue. I don't think that they're going to replace Biden. I've told you guys that, but I'm not like Nostradamus. My gut is just telling me it would be too painful for them to do it, particularly when they have no one in the wings that would be able to have a better outcome. They're damned if they go with the Biden. They're damned if they go with anybody else, not to mention the feelings and the crushed emotions that would come from going with somebody else. Could you imagine what would happen if they overstepped Kamala Harris, the natural heir apparent, and then went for someone like Newsom? How are those headlines going to read? We'll see if it happens, and then I'll cover them, because I have a funny feeling it would rhyme with schmashist. Anyway, let me get this last one, because they're going down this road on the left of saying, well, he had one really bad debate. I mean, people can come back from bad debates. It happens. Not to mention the fact that it wasn't about a debate. It was about people saw their own uncles and their own grandfathers, their own grandparents who were decaying in watching that debate. It has nothing to do with the debate. It has to do with that person has now been identified in a personal experience as everyone's experience. We've all had older parents and older grandparents who have started to decline, which is a natural progression of life. But we all identified it. It's not that Biden didn't do good in a debate. It's that he looked like Uncle Grandpa who sits in a chair staring at the fire, and you have to help to the kitchen table, and you have to help to the car, and you have to help into bed. It's not a reflection on that being a bad thing for an old person. It's a reflection on maybe not the president. Just saying. But that's the setup. So they're trying to go down the road of if they lost a debate, but he can come back. Check this out.
For you. Incumbents who were trailing going into the first debate and then lost that first debate. Well, how about Jimmy Carter lost that one debate he took on Ronald Reagan in '80. George H.W. Bush lost that first debate to both Ross Perot and Bill Clinton. And in 2020, Donald Trump lost that first debate to Joe Biden. Well, guess what, Allison? They all lost. They all lost. So the question is for Joe Biden, can he defy history, create new history, and be an incumbent who trailed going into that first debate and then won? Well, he's going to have to do it if he wants to get reelected in November.
If you weren't watching or you didn't catch it, CNN just threw water on the idea of, well, if you have a debate that the left is out there pushing, then it goes badly, you can always come back. The main difference is all the people who have lost debates after they were already trailing in polls all lost. Now they're going out there and they're saying, well, Hillary Clinton, she lost too, cupcake. Well, Barack Obama, little different. The whole point here is if you are trailing going into a debate and you have a abysmally bad disaster of a performance, you've lost every time in history. CNN's right here with the bucket of cold water ready to throw it on these lefty dreams and desires. But that's why we're here, to pass these rights on to the next generation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.